When Ministry is Interrupted, number 84. Welcome back. Today, we'll be combining the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke to see how Jesus handled opportunities that might appear to be distractions. So let's get started. Matthew 9 verses 18 to 22, Mark 5 verses 21 to 34, Luke 8 verses 40 to 48. When Jesus returned and had again crossed by boat to the other side, a large crowd gathered around him beside the sea and welcomed him, for they had all been waiting for him. While Jesus was speaking to them, a synagogue leader named Jairus came and knelt before him. He begged urgently for him to come to his house because his only daughter, who was about 12, was dying. He said, "My little daughter is near death. Please come and place your hands on her so that she will be healed and live." So Jesus got up and went with him, along with his disciples, and a large crowd followed and pressed around him. And a woman was there who had suffered from bleeding for 12 years. She had borne much agony under the care of many physicians and had spent all she had, but no one was able to heal her. Instead, her condition had only grown worse. When the woman heard about Jesus, she came up through the crowd behind him and touched the fringe of his cloak. For she kept saying, "If only I touch his garments, I will be healed." Immediately her bleeding stopped, and she sensed in her body that she was healed of her affliction. At once Jesus was aware that power had gone out from him. Turning to the crowd, he asked, "Who touched my garments?" But they all denied it. His disciples answered, "You can see the crowd pressing in on you, and yet you ask, 'Who touched me?'" But he kept looking around to see who had done this. Peter said, "Master, the people are crowding and pressing against you." But Jesus declared, "Someone touched me, for I know that power has gone out from me." Then the woman, seeing that she could not escape notice, knowing what had happened to her, came and fell down before him trembling in fear, and Jesus turned and saw her. She told him the whole truth, and in the presence of all the people, she explained why she had touched him and how she had immediately been healed. "Daughter," said Jesus, "your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be free of your affliction." And the woman was cured from that very hour. My thoughts, as disciple makers, how do we handle interruptions and distractions in our ministries? We see how Jesus did. A woman with enough faith to reach out and just touch his clothes stopped him in his tracks. But why? He was on a mission. He had no time to lose. The little girl was dying. Besides, it's first come, first serve, right? How does the dad feel when Jesus suddenly stops and is wondering who touched him? Doesn't he have bigger fish to fry? But Jesus not only stops, he is taking precious time to acknowledge a secret believer and affirm her faith. Jesus is like that. He is the Good Samaritan. He doesn't just walk by the wounded guy or lady, like a Pharisee or scribe, because he's got more religious stuff to do. He takes the time not only to find the lady in the crowd, but to announce to all, "Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be free of your affliction." Disciple makers must balance focus with flexibility. While maintaining dedication to the core mission is crucial, it's equally important to remain attuned to divine opportunities that arise unexpectedly. Discerning distractions from opportunities requires developing spiritual sensitivity through a deepening relationship with God and cultivating guidance from the Holy Spirit. This discernment is honed through practice and experience in discipleship, allowing us to refine our ability to identify situations that align with our mission to glorify God. While maintaining focus on the primary goal of making disciples, it's crucial to remain flexible and open to unexpected ways God may work. Jesus exemplified this balance by recognizing apparent interruptions as divine appointments to demonstrate God's love and power. As his followers, we should pray for the Father to develop this same perceptiveness, enabling us to stay committed to our mission while remaining responsive to divine interventions and opportunities to serve. My story, as I have mentioned many times, and even in my last post, Deb and I love going to Fort Sam every Sunday to share the gospel with soldiers, sailors, and airmen. Every Sunday, one of the guys who waits tables engages us with a friendly chat. His name is Andrew, and he has an intellectual disability. Andrew has responded to our friendliness by making it a custom to greet Deb and I, and then fill us in on the latest Batman comic. "Do you know who the Joker is?" Andrew asked. Then he will very briefly bring us up to speed on the Cape Crusaders activities. Although extremely friendly, He lacks the social skills and awareness to know when is a good time to approach people and when not to. On several occasions, Andrew has interrupted me while I'm sharing the gospel with our young military members. Usually, I've already had a chat with Andrew, and I can simply say, "Andrew, I'm talking to these people now. I'll catch up with you later." I'm always gentle, but firm, and Andrew has never responded in an inappropriate way. Even during my meeting with Mike on Monday, one of the men I mentor, Andrew, interrupted us. I seized that opportunity to model for Mike how to respond with kindness and navigate so-called interruptions. We started talking to Andrew about our favorite superhero, named Jesus. Deb and I are going to give him a little New Testament and ask what he's learning about our King. Andrew's interruptions are not a curse. They are a blessing. Our action plan. Now it's time for application. Here's some ideas. Reflect on past interruptions. How did you handle them? Pray and ask God for wisdom and discernment. Model how to handle these interruptions with those you are discipling. Ministry interruptions often present divine opportunities to demonstrate Christ's love and compassion in unexpected ways. By remaining sensitive to the Holy Spirit's guidance and flexible in our approach, we can turn apparent distractions into powerful moments of discipleship and spiritual growth.